Well, just still reacting to the news of young Conor Ben's positive test. Yo, this guy looks just like Christian Bale. I swear to God, this guy looks just like Christian Bale. When I was scrolling through the subscription joint, just looking at for something to watch, I really thought this was Christian. I really thought that was Christian Bale. I was like, yo, what the hell he know about this shit? Let me find out Christian Bale watches boxing. Oh shit. I was scrolling down the IFL joint. I really thought that was Christian Bale, I swear to God. Yo, appreciate that, Standing 8. I appreciate that. Oh man. Yo, I really thought that was I'm not even playing, like I really thought that was Christian Bale. Oh shit. Oh man. But yeah, apparently Batman's not too happy with the cancellation of the fight. I don't think anybody's happy with the cancellation of the fight. Um, you know, yo, that dude really. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh man. And yeah, nobody's happy. Right now we were supposed to be enjoying that fight. I wonder if Connor would have had the competitive edge he needed by way of those performance enhancing drugs, because you know that it was more than one. What they found in his system is something that you take in tandem with something else. You don't just take clofamine by itself. We talked about that the last live. That that's not something that you take by itself. You take it in tandem with something else so that you can balance your hormone levels. And obviously, if he was on clofamine, then he was likely on something else. Shout out to Michael from Instagram. I believe it's the Cedric Paynout rematch that he sent me in the DMs. He sent me that, and like, yeah, you kind of notice a difference. That Connor's a little sharper, a little faster, punching a little harder, being a little bit more aggressive. For those that don't remember, Conor Ben, he had a scare with Cedric Paynout, a kickboxer turned boxer, very early in his career. He fought this guy. He got knocked down in that fight. It was a really, really, really hard fight. And they did the rematch, and yeah, Conor came out looking better and improved in the rematch than he did in the first fight. But the improvements, and it goes back to what I said before, that boxing is boxing. The boxing is the boxing, and the physical stuff is the physical stuff. And what looked improved about Conor was the physical stuff, that he seemed sharper. He seemed like there was more in his punches. He was fighting with a lot of intensity. The kind of things that a performance-enhancing drug might help you with. For those that don't know, my fellow content creators that are out there, there's currently a bug. Running around on YouTube. It's not letting the content creators add ad revenue to their videos. YouTube is currently working on it. I already corresponded with them on Twitter. There is a bug. I spoke to Kurt DeVille. Shout out to Kurt DeVille, Counterpunch of the Counterpunch. He said he talked to Showbiz the Adult. Shout out to Showbiz the Adult. Shout out to him too. Apparently, a lot of content creators are experiencing it, so that's why I decided to go live. Like, I was going to upload another episode of the relay, but I was like, damn, if I upload it, I won't get any ad revenue, so I might as well just go live, and maybe I get a couple of super chats. You got to work it out. And yeah, that's what's going on, man. But other than that, yo, I would have preferred to see that fight, man. I'm not going to pretend that I'm happy it got canceled. I'm not happy it got canceled. I'm not happy about that. Conor Ben is in a bit of trouble. And the way all of it is playing out is weird, because it's like, it looked like UCAT and the BBBOC weren't going to do anything until Daily News leaked the story. And now they kind of want to crucify him. They want to crucify him and nail him to the wall. Batman, he's vengeance. You know how he is. He's very upset about it. And I get it that it's egregious. I get, I understand why Bruce would be mad about it, but at the same time, if it's as widespread as people make it out to be, can you really get mad at any one individual for doping when it's possible that a lot of people are doping and they just haven't been caught? Yeah, no Eubanks versus Ben, but at least we getting Fury versus Chicharron. We getting Fury versus I appreciate y'all, man. You guys are great, man. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate your hot. Appreciate your Kid Cash. Appreciate you, country. You know how it is, yo. Yeah, man. I got you, country. I got you. Let me monologue a little bit, and I got you. But yeah, it's like, I guess that's the theme of today's discussion is, what do you guys think is the appropriate punishment for Conor Benn based on this offense? What do you think is the appropriate punishment? Do you think that 4 years banned is overkill? Because that's what UCAT are talking about. They're talking about banning him for 4 years. That seems excessive to ban him for that long. Motherfucking Mr. T. Oh shit, for those that don't know, Bruce Wayne is very angry about this. Okay. Oh shit. Yo, it's crazy how much this dude look like fucking. Yo, this dude really look like Christian Bale, yo. Shout out to yo, come here, look at this. I don't got the camera on. Look at this. Look at this. This dude really look like Christian Bale. This is not Christian Bale. He's not even related to him. Don't he look like a drunk Christian Bale? Yo, when I was scanning through the videos, I passed that and I'm like, yo, Christian Bale watches boxing? And I had to do a double take. Shout out to Tony Boswell. Appreciate the super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate that, man. Always a pleasure. Always welcome. Well, I think it's the outrageous and hypocritical. Yeah, that's the discussion that I want to have today is, what do you guys think is the appropriate punishment? Because there's two ways you could look at this. It seems like they want to make an example out of Conor Benn. It looks like that's what they want to do, even though he's one among many, It seems like they want to nail him to the wall. And these are the same people that look like they were going to let him fight. Chris knew about it. The BBBOC knew about it. UCAD knew about it. And the catalyst wasn't the positive test. The catalyst was the Daily Mail story that set those events in motion. And it's almost like they want to save face. Like, reading everything and seeing how it's all playing out, it's almost like they want to save face. Like, oh, well, now that the cat's out of the bag, we got to really, really do our job. And that's what it feels like. So I'm going to open up the chat to the panel, and I'm going to ask y'all, what do you guys think is the appropriate punishment in this situation? Is 4 years too much, or is it right of them to try and make an example out of him so that could serve as a deterrent for other people that might be doping? Because that's the other way you could look at it, that, yeah, maybe they are being hard on him, but it's because they want to make an example out of him to prevent other people from doping, even though I don't think that would make a difference, to be real with you. I don't think it would make a difference. This has turned into a We Hate Eddie Hearn parade, which is why I got to get Eddie on here, because I could say the things that Coogan Cassius won't say. I ain't worried about sponsors. I'm not worried. Y'all my sponsors. I'm not worried about sponsors. Y'all my sponsors. I would ask him, yo, Eddie, check this shit, yo. After Jarrell Miller tested positive for 4 performance-enhancing drugs, Bob Arum signed him, and nobody said nothing. Nobody was lambasting Bob Arum for signing a dude that had 4 different drugs in his system, but they want to criticize you. Base was good.
Yo, what's happening?
So let's talk about Conroy. Conroy, he fucked up. He fucked up. He did.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you know. I just hope Eddie could pay off the right people to make this go away. And I have a conscience, which is why I'm not lying, because I actually have a conscience. I'm not going to pretend that I care about doping because I think most of the sport is doping. And he's just the sad sap that got caught. I think most of the sport is doping. So
Fair assessment.
So I'm not going to crucify him for something that Tyson Fury is doing. Him and Tyson Fury shop at the same supermarket for testosterone replacement therapy. Coincidence?
No coincidence here, bro.
Anthony Fowler, Meatball Molly, motherfucking Patty Pembledon.
You know what's funny?
Same supermarket.
Jules, you know what's funny, bro? I was on Twitter
Bro,
and there was
like George Groves. Napoli, you never. I never knew how much you look like George Groves. Look, bro. I thought that was George Groves in my chat. I'm like, George Groves watches the relay.
Napoli, how do you feel that they took the first fight from you against Trout?
I consider that a compliment.
Yo, I swear to God, bro, I really thought you was George Groves, bro. I'm not even bullshitting, bro.
Sam Worthington.
Why you almost Edward Gutenek, bro? What's wrong with you?
But let's get back to the shit. I'm gonna start with Napoli. Napoli,
George Groves?
in a sport where a lot of people might be doping, you know, that it may not be just Conor. And in fact, we all know that no, it's not just Conor. What is the appropriate punishment? Because they want to give him a 4-year ban for this. What do you think is appropriate?
4 years is a little too extreme. I say 2 is enough. Just enough for him to make an example. And I was thinking about this, and you know what was crazy? I remember watching a documentary about Nigel Benn's fight with Gerald McClellan, and in the segment, they mentioned that there were rumors swirling that Nigel Benn was doping, that he was on steroids or some kind of PEDs. And we all know what tragically happened to Gerald McClellan after the fight in the years after.
Yes, we do.
So it's like, damn, like father like son.
Do you think that crazy? I mean, is that the feeling you get that Nigel was on the sauce?
It's tough. I can't really make heads or tails about it. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just sad to what happened to Gerald McClellan. It's like, whoa, okay. Like, was he really on the sauce?
Can I talk, bro?
I'm going from the bottom to the top. Julio, Conor Benn was taking fertility drugs so he could get bigger breasts. Is that wrong? Is that really wrong?
That's very fucked up. Why would you want big ass titties? You're a goddamn professional boxer. But as far as like punishment goes, before even thinking about punishment, like they have to hear his case because Clomid is a substance that's so easy to piss hot from. Like you can piss hot from Clomid like months after you finish using it. So it's so easy to piss hot from that he actually does have a case that it could be from something tainted. Now it could be something tainted that like a designer drug that his fucking doctor was like creating for him. It could be tainted that way, or it actually could be something that he thought was perfectly legal and it tainted. It all depends on how much was in his system. So I think that before any punishment is dished out, he has to have a chance to have his say. But
how can he reconcile having a women's fertility? Like, what's he gonna say that? Oh, you know, I drank the Mrs. T and she put a little bit of Clomid in it. Clofamine.
Could be. No, it legitimately could be because like Clomid is something that like it's so like easy to piss hot from that it's just like. If he was like going to see like a pharmacologist to like, and he was like, yo, let me get something that's going to help me in this fight. Like, why would he fucking take Clomid? Like, why would he, like, it's so obvious.
But Julio, you know why? You know why? If you take an anabolic steroid, you chase it down, you water it down with some clofamine to kickstart your testosterone levels because the fucking steroid shit is going to fuck up your shit. And when you stop using that shit, you got to compensate. Like, in other words, it's plausible that, yeah, okay, because clofamine has a long shelf life, it may have stayed in his system for many, many weeks after he actually used it. But it's banned at all times. What were you doing that you took clofamine?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing.
Chris Algieri and Chris Van Heer didn't have a right to question the legitimacy of those wins.
Chris Algieri said that he had heard that Conor wasn't a clean fighter. So
And,
He
and
fucking
my-
fought him anyway, though, didn't he? Fucking
he
fought
fought
him
him anyway,
anyway.
and it is what it is. I've done a cycle. I've done a cycle of Winstrol. So what that basically does is your body don't produce the testosterone because it's getting a synthetic dose. So
Exactly.
your Clomid levels are matching the synthetic testosterone, so it's higher. So once you get off that cycle, you need to take the Clomid to suppress the natural estrogen that's rose because to match the extra testosterone levels.
Word.
So he was cycling off and he got caught. It is what
He
it
got
is.
caught.
Like-
And look, he got caught. And the shit is that the people in the know, they know what it looks like. So you really got to come up. See, this is my view of it because I'm jaded as shit. I'm jaded as all shit.
Of course.
You have to come up with a believable enough story to where you as a man, an athlete, inadvertently took clofamine. And that's hard to do because under what circumstances? There's only one set of circumstances where you're going to be taking this shit.
Joe,
We all
stop
know
getting
what it is.
sidetracked.
and
Keep
no, like
going up the
Clomid,
list.
it's not even a masking agent. Like it can be used as a masking agent, but like, so I'm not a pharmacologist, but I do work out at a university gym. Motherfuckers whose testosterone are too high to get on TRT, they'll take Clomid. Like their doctors will prescribe them Clomid so that they can get it even higher without having to use TRT. So it's a masking agent, but it's also just like, yeah, if you want a test boost, you can use that.
It's all bad, bro. Let me go to Virtuoso. Virtuoso, what's the appropriate sentence for a first-time offender that tests positive for boob juice?
You're
I don't
nasty
even
nigga.
know.
Quality
Boob
drugs
juice?
for women.
I thought it was just to produce milk. Like that's what it is.
It's so that women can produce cherry-flavored breast milks.
Yeah, but it's also to treat like low sperm count, which is probably his problem from using too many steroids.
Oh. So you
That's
think
what happens.
you think he could use that as an alibi to say, well, I was trying to up my sperm count because I'm trying to conceive a child?
No, because that could be probably to treat the side effects of using steroids, which is shrunken balls.
Oh my god. This
Mhm.
is
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they gotta
That is
find out
true.
how much was in his system.
they said it was trace amounts. You know, that's what Eddie Hearn kept saying, trace amounts, even though they thought he was making excuses because clofamine is qualifiable. It doesn't matter how much they found, how little or how much, it's just not supposed to be there at all. But he did say trace amounts, that it wasn't like a bunch of clofamine they found in the kid.
Yep.
So I'm saying could be tainted supplements. He might actually have a case in that regard.
Will says it's not wrong that they are treating this seriously, but it's hypothetical to go after him when you let other people get off scot-free.
He meant hypocritical.
Mhm.
I have a
Yeah.
question for you, Jules. Who's the enemy of Eddie Hearn and Eubanks guy that leaked this? Because both sides are ready to go ahead without it.
The rumors is Chris Eubanks Sr. leaked it to the media.
I mean,
I think it's either him or Frank Warren.
that's what makes the most sense. That look, they said that the positive test came out approximately a little over 2.5 weeks ago, right? On the 23rd at the end of September, right? Now, ain't that the same damn time that Chris Eubanks Sr. started wilding out? Saying,
It
no,
is, but Spencer
Yeah.
Fearon said
All
that
you
he
gotta do
spoke
is
to
put two
him
and two together.
yesterday,
Yes.
and Chris said he didn't actually know anything about the test.
well, of course
prior
he's
to
gonna
that.
say that, Base. You think he's gonna say, yes, I leaked it to...
No, but I'm not saying he would say he leaked, but he could have, if he would have said, "Oh, I was aware of something that was
Bro,
going on."
well,
but he
Chris
said he
Eubanks-
didn't know anything
Eubanks
about
was
it.
eating
Nobody
cheeseburgers
say-
and shit.
let me tell you why Chris Eubank Jr. would not spill the beans. Because that would implicate someone at the BBBOC, or that would implicate Chris Eubank Jr., which could be a breach of some kind. The best thing for him to do in that say, no, I didn't know. I just
It would not know, but it would
Well,
not.
and
be-
why
Well, I
would
think
the-
he was like
the-
winking.
why-
I think Eubank was
when you
winking at the
know-
camera
hold
though,
on,
because he was
guys,
like
guys,
eating
one second,
cheeseburgers
one
and
second,
pizza instead of
one
cutting
second.
weight.
exactly.
When you have the VADA, remember it gets sent to every single person that's a part of the teams and a part of the BBBOC and whatever.
Chris
So
Eubank
Chris
Sr. is
would have
not
had
on the
access to
team,
that as well.
Base. His dad ain't part of the team. So
His
if
dad is part of the team.
no, bro, he was in South Africa when the goddamn news broke that the fight was off.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not part of the team. Remember, his dad is on the management team. Remember, he was there campaigning for his dad to be with him throughout training camp and for the fight. You think he wouldn't be in that cycle of emails or whatnot?
Let's put
Go
Let me put it another way, Base. It's less messy if Chris Eubank Sr. is the leak, but he maintains his anonymity. You don't want to create a messier situation saying, yeah, we're the ones that told on him. We told, because if you say that yeah, we the ones that told Daily Mail, okay, you created a different kind of situation that you like, trust me, you don't want that. You don't want that. So he could be the leak, but he's not going to come right out and say that.
No.
And this fight was trending huge. So why would Eubank Jr. want to fuck off this big ass payday that he'll ever get?
Exactly, because it's not like the other thing is drugs and everything. Peds don't guarantee victory. Ryan Martin was on performance enhancers when he fought.
Look what Josh Taylor did to that ass.
Exactly.
Money over morals.
Yildirim was on some shit when he fought Anthony Durrell. He got popped right after that fight.
Shane Mosley was on the gear when he fought Floyd. He just knew when to cycle off.
Shit don't give you more skills.
They also said Floyd actually failed his test there. And,
Thomas Hauser came out with here. So what happened with that, real quick? Manny Pacquiao's lawyers questioned the subpoena USADA sealed drug test of Floyd, and then miraculously Floyd decided right away to settle before that stuff got subpoenaed out.
I'll say this. This is my new problem with Thomas Hauser. My new problem, because I look at the sport a little bit differently than I did, let's say, 10 years ago. Thomas, you think Manny's clean?
They're all dirty.
Wait. Don't say nothing. I'm not a hater. Believe me, I'm not a hater. I'm just saying that don't make this a good versus evil thing. The way you go after Floyd, because Floyd, right, he's suspect, but Manny is not suspect. To me, they both, as far as I'm concerned, they both was doping.
Yeah,
they all were doping.
All of them.
And that's what goes. And that's what's also funny about.
How do you think Amanda Serrano jumped so many weight classes up and down? And what is brother-in-law got busted for?
We'll have no Amanda Serrano slander here. We're friends now. We are friends now, and we're not.
That's gonna break my heart.
Keep it real. Let's keep it real.
We love slander.
Now Amanda. Nasty niggas.
Right? We're not going to talk. Right? Puerto Rico. Okay.
We love slandering Puerto Ricans over here.
Let me read the super chat. I can't believe pregnant Connie Ben turned out to be my greatest creation. It's everywhere, bro.
Hey, yo. What is this?
It is though. Shout out, look, you got to shout out. He made that meme. All I did was add Maury and Eubank and Eddie. He put them titties on Connor, bro, not me. And he wore it on the B sample. All they have to do is request that to test to confirm if he's dirty or not. That, you know what, Dwayne? That's probably why he ain't opened that shit yet. Because if he opened, what's in the A sample is in the B sample. For those that don't know.
It's just a backup.
Exactly. Like it's the same piss from that same day. So if you had something in your shit that day, it's gonna be in the B sample. And the reason they ain't open it yet is because, well, if they do, it don't look good for you, Connor. It don't look good.
You know what they were doing, Jules? They were planning on testing the B sample after the fight.
Listen, bro. If I'm him, I'll pay Margaret Goodman and the good people at VADA whatever I gotta pay them to use somebody else's piss for that B sample.
Like, let him test my
YouTube. And my whole thing with it is the hypocrisy. Everybody's dirty. Connor got caught. It is what it is. It's not the promoter. Promoters still promote fighters. It's not Eddie's fault he pissed dirty.
And that's the point that I'm making, that these people are so mad at this dude that, remember, after Jarrell Miller tested positive for 4 performance-enhancing drugs, for 4 of them. 4. Who picked him up right after that? Who signed him to a
the Honorable Bob Arum.
The Honorable Bob Arum. Was anybody going off on Bob for signing? No, nobody was saying.
I'll go even further, Jules. Everybody that's criticizing Eddie right now, you go in their Twitter search on their profile and you put Valdez Conceição, you get crickets.
Of course.
He
Because
canceled
that
the
wasn't
fight. Like, people are mad for nothing. They're literally mad at some shit that didn't happen. He literally did what they wanted him to do. He canceled the fight. So what is the fucking issue?
because you know
But I
what they
wanted to
say.
see the fight, nigga. That's the issue.
The issue is not the peds. It's not that Connor has breasts. It's that it's Eddie. Eddie is the issue. Eddie is like, because it's Eddie, they trying to act like it's super duper bad. You know what I mean? When really, fam, you signed a ped user, Lou DiBella, who screenshot I kept for this reason, bro. After this dude test positive for all them peds, who go do business with him? You tested
Can I
positive
just
for all
say?
them
Can I
different
just say
peds.
this? Listen, as an adult, I've learned that okay, sports is just a business, and in order to fuel that business, and they need to run the lights, running. Okay, you got to keep juicing the fucking players, and that thing is just as realistic as and obvious as the sky being blue. That's it.
Yeah,
Like Dana White, he wanted to fucking as much as he hated telling Daniel the news that John Jones pissed it hot. He wanted that fight to continue deep down.
exactly. All of
No,
them.
remember when Brock Lesnar came back to fight Mark Hunt? They let him fight even after he pissed dirty.
Bro, he was promoting superhumans at that point because they were all juiced up.
Bro, you see how Conor McGregor looking right now? If that man ain't on the juice, bro, that dude is on the juice. And as soon as he want to come back,
juice with his traps.
as soon as he want to come back, he gonna get the comeback. Ain't nobody gonna stop him because of the money.
Like Nate Diaz said, they're all, especially PBC guys, when you're only fighting every 12 to 14 months, you're only getting drug tested maybe 6 to 8 weeks of the year.
Yeah, they have built-in cycles because they know they're only going to fight twice a year.
Sebastian Fundora said it himself, and I believe it was on the Boxing Voice. He said that, yeah, he's in a clean boxing program, but he hasn't been tested yet. So what does that tell you?
They be snitching on themselves, Jules.
I don't know,
Listen,
bro. I don't even know why he said that shit. Like,
with
bro,
all this moralizing, all this hand wringing, all this thing is about one thing and one thing only, and all this trying to cover the fire, all that stuff is about one thing and one thing only: public relations. That's what you saw right there in that tweet from Lou DiBella.
Yeah, I mean, if you read it, it's the like to me, it's the silliest shit I ever. I know Pascal a long time, and I don't believe he'll use it. You hear that shit?
He literally ends the tweet with, "What about Canelo?"
That's the same
What
Lou
about
DiBella that got Jermaine Taylor's fight when he should have been fighting.
Because Eddie Hearn can't say that. I know Conor Ben. Just swap out Pascal for Conor Ben. I know Conor Ben a long time, and I don't believe he'll use again. I made it clear that he must agree to testing for bouts if we work together. Yeah, testing is how he got caught, bro. Testing, all right? So he's already signed up for testing. He did. He's registering for the WBC random testing. That is responsible. Yeah, Conor, anybody could give this speech about anyone, this same speech. Ultimately, you knew the dude popped for 4 different drugs. It didn't bother you. You say, fuck it. I'm going to do business with him anyway. So get off your high horse when it come to Eddie. Get off that shit.
Hey, did he delete that tweet, Jules?
If he did, I don't know, because I saved that motherfucker. I know
the funniest shit, though, fellas, the funniest shit is that all this is just fucking bullshit. They're all fucking dirty. There's no, it's, we know this.
Jules, but to answer your question is this. Is 4 years excessive? I'll put in the chat, right? If they could do it to Dillian White, why would Conor not be exempt from that? Let's look at it. Dillian White brought in money. Dillian White was that guy. And also, Dillian White and Conor, when they both had these infractions, were at similar points of their career. Contenders, weren't they? So ultimately, why not? Why would not happen to him?
This is different. The difference with this is it kind of looks like they implicated themselves because they sat on it for so long, and it's the second time that happened. They're like, oh, so September 23rd, y'all knew he was hot, but y'all wait till the week of the fight to call it off or to take a stance that, oh, we're not going to sanction it. It looked bad, not just on Eddie Hearn and that's regular. It looked bad on the BBBOC and UCAD. So y'all knew that, and y'all sat on that for 2.5 weeks, why didn't y'all deliberate then?
Something's fishy, man. Something's fishy.
That's what I'm saying. That to me, you know what it looked like? It looked like they was gonna let it go through. They could say what they want after the fact. To me, what I see, if you sat on that for 2.5 weeks, it's because you were contemplating letting the fight go on. Because they weren't your results. They weren't results from you, Cat. They were results from Vada. All of a sudden, you recognize Vada. You ain't recognize Vada with Billy Joe Saunders. What you want?
And we know there's only one clean fighter definitively, and that was Nonito Donaire, because he was paying out of his own pocket to get tested monthly. None of these other guys.
But also,
Only
Canelo gave the hair follicle test. Like, that's way more conclusive than any of these piss tests.
It depends, because Dr. Eichner himself, and this is why I don't give out word ham sandwiches anymore. The hair follicle test is not particularly effective when it comes to meldonium in light-colored hair. Canelo has light-colored hair. The reason that that's not the standardized test for that particular thing or whatever, the reason they don't normally do that is because it doesn't work. So, and I'm not trying to like crucify Canelo, but that's what's out there. That's the intel. So I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, Canelo's in. No. I'll make it easy. All of them are dirty. So why would I crucify him?
All right, let me get my turn before the rest of the chat jumps in. All right, 4 years, no. 18 months to 2 years, I think that's standard. But what they need to do, and I think most people have thought this or said this in previous times, is that they need to have a clear and defined rules and regulations. This drug or trace amount or excessive amounts gets you X, Y, and Z up to this level, and then lifetime ban at this particular drug at this level, and just keep it consistent. There's no gray areas. There's no case by case basis. These are the rules. These are the facts. If you adhere to it, then you'll be fine. If you don't, then you're fucked. That's basically it. But with Connor having this trace amount, he best find out if it can be transmitted between people, and then say he was going down on his wife and it was hers. That's what he needs to do. It worked for Ginny Fuchs. It worked for Ginny Fuchs. Connor, that's what you need to do. I was going down on my wife.
It actually did work for Virginia Fuchs.
Exactly.
Well,
that is a hell of a setup right there.
I'm gonna say this though. For pad sheets, yeah, because going back to what Napoli said about Nigel Benn and Jerry McClellan, I did hear that too. But it needs to be a tragedy. It needs to be and it's fucked up that I have to say this, but it needs to be a tragedy that, hey, the fighter who won the fight was on steroids or whatever, and the fighter died. There needs to be a tragedy, because real talk, let's keep it a buck. No tragedy has ever happened to the fact that, a fighter who was on juice or any performance enhancer had killed another fighter that hasn't. So we need that.
Yeah, we need bodies.
No. I'm gonna keep it I like them.
Baby.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I like that they juiced up. Makes for a better fight. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna virtue signal. I'm being honest. They the ones that get in there knowing that they juiced up. They know that. And the dude opposite the ring, he know that, and he probably juiced up too.
That's what kills me, Jules. You got Alex and Riza in your corner, and the other guy got Memo Heredia. Fuck out of here.
This is what I mean. That everything that you seeing, all the reactions, a lot of that shit, y'all showing out, like that showmanship. Because when y'all get back to y'all people, y'all know what y'all be doing ahead of these fights. Y'all know, like, come on now. Just like Vlad knew that they was putting extra padding under the ring to slow the other guy's feet. He fucking knew what he was doing, because that shit don't happen by accident.
Funny you bring up the Klitschko's, bro.
I'm just saying that the sport is dirty, bro. That's why we watch. I watch for the dirty shit. What you hear me say all the time?
I mean, and that's the thing. But that's the thing, brother. Look at the people that are criticizing Ben and Eddie. They fucking think Tyson Fury's the fucking greatest ever.
Yeah, but
nobody in the media is talking about how Dr. Ooze, a TRT therapist, he also has Tyson Fury as a client. He also has Nathan Gorman, Anthony Fowler, Patty Pimblett, motherfucking Meatball Molly. Nobody
Joseph Parkier.
Well, he took down his website, so it's no proof.
No fucking proof, baby.
Conveniently, the day of.
But let me tell you this though. When it comes down to these guys, man, I'm telling you, it's going to come upon a time that someone's going to die and shit's going to change. It has to be that way because
it's not going to change. It's going to get worse. It's going to get way worse. And you still going to watch. And I'm still going to watch. And I ain't going to fucking lie about it.
You don't know what Nadim Al Hadid said on Twitter? He said, yo, I'm only depending on the fighter that I like in my agenda, I will only show outrage in terms of, pegs. Because let's keep it a buck. We all love Roy Jones Jr. here, but he's a peg cheat. We all love James Toney. He's a peg cheat. But at the end of the day, it's depending on who you fuck with. Like, a lot of people ain't going to call it what it is. It is what it is, bro.
But that's why I'm here. Because I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not risking nothing by you using a pad. I'm not risking nothing by you using a pad. Y'all the ones that's risking everything, right? And if y'all okay with that shit, which y'all are, so am I. Because
your example about a body.
Hilarious,
what if they test the dead guy and he pisses hot?
Holy shit!
But what the hilarious
Plot twist.
irony? What's annoying me is people don't get in any sport to be at the top of that level. Those guys know they need an edge to stay on point. It's a part of the culture. Go to boxing 40, 50 years ago. They're doing whatever they can to the gloves to make sure they can crack hard. It's just you're going to get that edge. You think LeBron's going to play by the rules? Like, no, I'm going to give you all this money. You're going to give me the best kind of stuff so I can be at the top of my performance every time. Tom Brady, all these guys.
We also got to look at it from this. Elite level athletes, they put their body through a lot of hell. So let's understand this. Why do you think Floyd retired for a whole year? And he came back looking against Marquez fantastic. You got to remember.
It's a lot of reasons Floyd did that, but it's bigger than boxing. It's all sports, bro.
It's all sports.
It's all sports. Like from riding a goddamn bike, Lance Armstrong, right? The motherfucking swimming to all type of shit. And it just killed me that everybody always play dumb when it's like, fam, when y'all gonna stop playing? Just accept it for what it is. You ain't gotta crucify him because of that shit. Fuck out of here, B.
You guys remember Lyle Alzado, man? He was a huge steroid head, man.
And look what happened to him from the Raiders. Look what happened to him. He died in his 50s, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's why you think. But now do you understand why I'm saying I'm not gonna get mad because I'm not bearing the risk. You are. The sport is. But you make a decision to do what you do. Your opponent make a decision to do what he do. So what I look like being Mother Teresa? Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care.
That's why I'm indifferent to this thing. Like I just look at it as a moral panic. The most current moral panic of the 21st century.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking
outrage
business.
is fake. What they're using this is they're weaponizing this situation as a means to vilify Eddie Hearn as an unethical promoter. How ethical was it for Bob Arum to sign Jarrell Miller right after he tested positive for 3 performance-enhancing drugs?
But you know what? Shouldn't this be like an adverse? Like we should be looking this like from perspective. You know what? This is the adverse effects of just mismatches in boxing. That you have to have a guy who's like 5'6", if not 5'4", take fucking HGH to fucking move up.
Take
you know,
more
to fight
drugs.
a guy who's
Take
168, who's
Take
moving
more
up eating
peds.
fucking KFC.
More
Shit,
peds.
I'm on THC and HGH. I don't give a
More
fuck.
drugs. More
drugs. More
Right.
drugs.
Let's see the most skilled guys become
Everybody's on
super
steroids,
drugs.
just like you know, Nate Diaz says.
Let's see
Hit
Logan.
a guy so hard you break his fucking face. Why? That's the environment y'all want to be in. That's why I posted what I posted on Twitter. You think you want a clean sport. No, you don't. Because everything that you like about it will change. You think, because it's not my favorite fighter. It's not my guy. Hey, motherfucker, you really think that if the consensus is that most of the sport is doping, are you really that Well, not my guy. He's the best guy. He doesn't need drugs, okay? The
Yeah,
fuck
but
are
let
you,
me-
moron?
I want to.
Jules,
Is there
can I say
anyone?
something?
Okay. All right.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Leo. Go ahead, Leo.
Look, I want to clarify something that I said before. There are guys that are not cheating. They are not, and I believe they are not cheating on principle, because I know guys that don't cheat. That's it. It's against their morals, it's against the rules, so they don't cheat. So I feel for the guys that face guys that they are cheating. And Julius say it, pets don't make you a good fighter.
I
No,
don't.
but I also know that there are motherfuckers that if they don't cheat, they don't fight the same. Let's let's say, for example, inside the ring, Philip Hilgovic. It looked like shit in the Celiac Sand fight. My belief when I saw the fight was, okay, you like to do a lot of rabbit punches, a lot. And I watch your fight, and the ref is not calling the faults. Okay, in this fight, the Seal Inside fight, the ref was was calling you up. Don't
Mhm.
hit him behind the head. Suddenly, you have no inside game whatsoever, and you're looking like trash.
Mm.
Outside the ring, in the pets, let's take for example Luis Neri, a Panterita. You got caught, you started looking like shit. So the fact that most of the guys are and using drugs, there are guys they are not using pets, they are not cheating, and I feel for the guys they are not cheating because they're fighting against
Now, Leo,
unclean competition.
I'm
Let me
gonna
finish.
say this. Let me say this. The guys that aren't cheating, let me say, those ain't the guys that we watch on TV.
Yeah.
Fair
They're
enough.
like 8 and
But
21 records. They're like people Edgar Belanga fought.
fair enough. But let me finish.
Hey, cause hey, didn't David Lemieux pop dirty?
I think
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
did.
So
I
did
think he did. Yeah.
Pascal.
Wait, let me
Take the
finish.
test.
David
Yeah, I
Lemieux,
know.
and David Lemieux
Wait,
still got his ass kicked by Benavidez.
Oh
let,
God.
No.
Everyone
Don't say
talking
Wait,
about
wait. Don't say
Benavidez. He
Benavidez.
popped
Don't even
dirty.
say Benavidez. He got his ass kicked by Rubio, bro. Rubio.
No, but
wait.
Let
let's
me
not
just say
forget
this real quick.
Benavidez literally left
And
I'm
the
gonna
Rubio is
say
UFC
this real
losing
because
his
quick.
skin color
the
as we
drugs.
Yo,
speak.
I don't.
Wait, wait,
But
I'm gonna
wait,
say
people
wait,
this real
still
quick.
want to give him
Yo,
Canelo paydays.
wait.
all right, go ahead.
You know what? In my belief, who are also cheating? Some promotional companies.
The whole
Because
the whole company.
yeah, I mean, because they're weaponizing this test to make another promotional companies look bad. For
Thank you,
me,
Leo.
in my opinion, if Eddie, for example, if Eddie Hearn knows these motherfuckers are playing you, start pushing back. You have the means.
That's
Expose
what I'm saying.
Yo,
these
listen.
other motherfuckers.
Yo,
Expose
Leo,
them.
Leo.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I don't believe in random testing. I believe in
Nah,
targeted testing.
yeah.
Yep. Dead ass.
I said this. I don't know if anybody caught it. I said this. I think I said this around the time of the Oscar Valdez situation. Testing is weaponized. It's a grift. The whole idea of no, it's a grift. It is leverage that can be used against you. That's all it is. It's leverage that can be used against the fight. It's not about cleaning up the sport. I'll tell you that right now. Because if you told each one of these fighters, you want a cleaner sport, give us 10% of your purse, and that has to go towards anti-doping tests at a certain level throughout the whole sport. Nobody's going to want to do it. Nobody. 10%
Hey,
Yeah.
purse,
Ain't that the
nobody's
truth?
going to want to
you
do it.
know, can I make a point? Sorry, just want to speak up on something. I would also like to add that the environment nowadays is different than it was a couple of years ago. Social media is a fucking cancer, in my opinion. But because look, when I think of like when I got into boxing, I got into boxing roughly in the like before the Klitschko era, but I was my biggest fan during the Klitschko era. I remember when Shannon Briggs got caught like fucking 50 times. No one gave a rat's ass about that.
That's what I mean. He got caught. Listen, in 2015, David Hay told him, win your next fight, and I give you the fight. What happened? He got caught, never came back.
Exactly.
Got
Shane
popped.
Mosley got caught. His ass was so supposedly he didn't cheat until he fucking sued for defamation. saying, "Oh yeah, I wasn't a cheater," until they asked him in court, "Did you use PEDs?" And he's like, "Fuck, do I really want to keep this going, or do I want to potentially perjure myself?"
Exactly. That's the
remember,
point I'm making.
remember, Jules?
We're looking at this. We're looking at this through the wrong filter to where, oh, Conor is bad. No. The sport, the whole.
Conor is just a byproduct. He's not unique. Like, I bet you, if we were to truly be as anal about these testings as people want it to be, like 90% of people you find entertaining are fucking drug cheats.
The only guy who I think isn't on pads is Edgar Berlanga, because that's how much he sucks.
Now his opponents are the most natural fighters.
Did you
He has
see
the most natty opponents.
Eubank just posted a pic. Like, that motherfucker looked weight drained. And look at his eyes, Jules. He looked like he crying that he's not going to get that close to 8-figure payday.
Be making money right now. You don't care about them pads, man. He probably was too.
They was close to making an 8 figures to him and fucking Conor with no belt.
He was going to blow the weight.
The fight to continue. He said in an interview he wanted the fight to continue.
Hey,
you know what? He should have blew the weight.
Hey, I got a question then. Then people, I've seen a lot. This is something I've seen on social media lately. People are now really on Eubank's side saying, "Oh, poor Eubank, this and that." I'm like, but is he not considered complicit by association?
To me, he is.
Because he goes on social media and says, "Yeah, I'll take the fight regardless." I'm like, then you're complicit. Then you don't give a shit that he's on drugs.
And the explanation always is, see, this is one thing, and I think that a lot of fighters are not going to like this when I say this, but the explanation is always this watered down, oh, because he's tough, he's a warrior. No, it's because you want to get fucking paid. That's it. It's not, the same as me. If you tell me, if I go to the place and I done did the legwork already and all of that is done for that the day of, no, we got to do this. We need to do this because we need to do this. Same shit. You want to get paid. It's not this fucking honorable Dragon Ball Z, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo. It ain't none of that. You trying to get paid. At the end of the day, the same shit I said about Golovkin. I've been saying it on repeat. Fam, you don't care about Canelo's clenbuterol. Why? Even after that, you kept choosing to fight him. He got popped after the first fight, right? Right. Going, and you decided to fight him again. And you decided to fight him again. So don't tell me about the goddamn clenbuterol. You don't care about that shit.
It's the same reason Ryan Garcia didn't swing on Tank in the club.
Hey,
I want to get fucking paid.
You know, Jules, to go back to your original question, you asked us, like, how do we feel about, like what should the repercussions be, blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter is, give him like a 1-year suspension. It doesn't matter. His fucking like reputation is done. Like, any fight he goes in, like all of his past fights are now in question. All of his future fights will be in question.
But bro, no more and no less. If you're clever, no more and no less than Tyson Fury. How long have you been using Andrelone?
Yeah, 100%. Same with Oscar Valdez. Same with Shannon Briggs. Same with Shane Mosley. Same with like 90% of the fighters I grew up with.
All of them. This is why I say this is not the end of the world. You know what, you want to ban him for a year? You go ahead and do that. Eddie Hearn going to set my man up in Spain. He going to fight out there. Suck dick and die. All right, you fuck.
I had a question about something else though. Real quick, for you, Jules.
Let me get in there,
Jules. Real quick. What do you make of the abrupt departure of Showtime CEO and Paramount CEO?
That's the same conversation we always have. It's all bad, bro. Because
out of nowhere,
television is changing, and it's television is changing to the point to where it's a completely customized experience. There is no spillover. People are watching exactly what they want to watch. They're paying for exactly what they want to pay for, and the guys that have been living off of that, like Stephen Espinosa, have been getting by on that. It's harder to do that now because now you actually got to do your job.
And that's the guy he's the one that promoted Stephen.
Real quick, it's all it is that cable TV is a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like how long have I been saying people are cutting the cord? It's a fact. I don't need 100, 500 channels. I don't need. All I do is watch movies and boxing. That's it. That's all I want. I don't watch TV shows.
And seeing that, that's how I know Showtime's not going to put the money up for Crawford Spence.
We'll see.
Dude, does anyone here watch MLB?
Yeah. Well, not lately,
Okay.
but I was an MLB head.
I
Well,
was
you
too stupid
should,
to
because
understand baseball.
listen, we have America's AJ, which is Aaron Judge, who just broke the franchise record for home runs in the season, 62 home runs.
Who?
Aaron Judge.
We don't care about
Yeah.
him in California.
Of course you don't, because you're a fucking poser. Anyway,
Like nobody cares about baseball no more, bro.
you're right, because like it's divided. It's like the sports is, everyone has a divided, audience. People, it's a niche sport nowadays. But people have
think
this.
about it,
People, let me say that. Let me say this real quick. People always have to be up in arms about the fucking steroid era when that shit is the era that I fucking grew up on, and that shit what kept the sport relevant.
Listen,
if anybody, hold on. If anybody's over 50 and I've seen it, like baseball back in the past, they all look like scrawny motherfuckers. If it wasn't for Jose Canseco, it wouldn't have changed.
Let me say this. Sports are better with drugs. Boxing is better with mobsters. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It's the truth.
Let me jump in there real quick.
Listen, I'm gonna put it to you. Let me put it to you another way. If you getting a blowjob, do you want a chick who never sucked a dick before, or do you want one that has and know what she's doing?
I want one with miles around the track.
On PEDs.
All right.
I don't want a four. I don't want a 4-rounder. I want a 15-round veteran.
Hey,
Right?
Joe, you're right.
I want to bet you something.
Real quick though, but we came, fellas. We came from the era. We came from the era.
Hold on, country, and get to talk. Go ahead, country.
You're right about it being across all sports, so because it's even in the women's division. Look at that dude that beat up on Franchon Cruz that time, and then they gave her back her title.
No. But
That was a whole
listen,
man that beat up
but
on
it's
her.
not. Isn't that the truth, though? Isn't that the truth? That motherfucker was on pads, man.
Yeah. I thought that was a dude. I'm telling you, man. To me, that was like a dude, but he was,
That person was on
pads.
bullshock testosterone, and I will stand with that to my grave.
Dog, yo, we grew up on the era. Remember when Jose Canseco was riding around juiced up, dating Madonna with a Mac 10?
Oh, hell
He
yeah.
changed the fucking physiology of the sport, my guy. If it wasn't for him, baseball today would have looked like the 70s.
And that's the shit that's why Jose, that's why you gotta hate that, because you fucked it up, bro. You weren't supposed to tell. You was supposed to eat that for the team. Nah, you gonna rat everybody out.
Yeah, he read it there because Jose was already a good player, stealing bases. The Peds just was for the aesthetic.
Perfect.
They didn't like him, so they probably politically assassinated him.
Imagine and they're both juiced to the gills. That shit would be a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. They might start fighting with the bats in the middle of it. Like, fuck it, roid them all up.
I grew up in Oakland during that era, Virtuoso, during the Bash Brothers. That shit was fun.
Now let me read the super chat.
Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa.
I'm at a family gathering, had to exit the panel, wanted to get the point across about Ben regardless. I salute my glass of wine to you, salute the Napoli. Jules, in your opinion, were Tito Trinidad and Julian Jackson also cheating with illegal hand wraps, loaded gloves? Because some people believe they were. No, not to me. That boils down to the commission. The thing about Felix Trinidad's wraps was it was down to the commission. It's down to the state. In some states, stacking might be illegal. In some states, it's not. It all depends on the commission. I don't view that as cheating, believe it or not. Stacking a rep? No. Some states just like Floyd's Silocaine. In Vegas, they let you use Silocaine. So if he's in Vegas and he's using Silocaine, I don't give a shit. He didn't break a rule. That's not against the rules in Vegas. If you don't fucking like it, then don't fight Floyd. But you want the money, right? And you sign on the contract, I have to stop bitching. Stop bitching.
What's the famous saying? What's that old saying? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's a fact. But now to Julian Jackson, bro, they never called him out for stacking the racks, and they never. I know there wasn't testing back in those days, so you can't call them out on that. Everyone said he was just a natural power puncher. He's been like that since he was in the amateurs. So at the end of the day, there's certain people like that knock people out. Like, let's go back to
Well, see, this is the thing. All right, this is the point I'm gonna make, right? It's just like, shout out to Steve Kim. That article was great, and that quote was great. It was from a track coach. It was from a coach, different sport, not boxing. But essentially what he said is, it is a level playing field. It is a level playing field, just not the way you think. As far as I'm concerned, It is level. It is level. It's not necessarily whose juice is better. I like to say that because I find it hilarious. Like, may the best juice win. But no, look, pets don't make you a better fighter, bro. Ryan Martin is gonna suck. And that's just it, bro. You're gonna suck. They can fill you full of all type of shit. You're still gonna suck. Avni Yildirim, you're gonna suck, bro. All right, Manuel Char, you're gonna suck, bro. They can give you all the shit. You're gonna suck. All right. Some of it is ability. I tend to think of the Peds as super soldier serum and Steve Rogers. It helps what is there. What is there? All right.
Remember,
but if ain't shit there, you ain't
the
shit.
hardware.
It's Van Damme and Lundgren and Universal Soldier.
Yeah, it's fine, man. I'm not
Real quick, Virtuoso, is your Yankees going to do their fucking part and meet the Dodgers in the World Series already, or what?
I hope so, man. I hope you're ready, man.
We got the most championships. Catch up, motherfucker.
Anyway,
We did what I'm saying. We want to see the two New York teams in the series again.
Oh, fuck the Mets.
I propose.
I was surprised how many Dodger fans are still in New York, though.
Yeah, they
You
travel
know what?
well. So do Yankee fans.
I have an idea, guys. Hear me out. I propose a tournament of all cheetahs, okay? I want it to be called the Juice-a-thon. There can only be one juicer to stand above all others, man. I would pay for that, man.
Listen,
I propose. Hold on.
I'm not against the juice. I'm just gonna put that out there, and I'm not doing it to be edgy. I'm not saying it to be cynical. I'm being serious because it's kind of like what's going on with weed. A lot of people did a lot of time for a couple of pounds of weed. It's not constructive, bro. But when you let people sell the weed, it becomes a cash crop. It stimulates the economy. And suddenly it's not exotic anymore. It's not what it was. You see what I mean? So, yeah, let these motherfuckers juice.
Well, here's my take on it. Right? Here's the way I see it.
I think PEDs should be made mandatory in unifications and undisputed fights.
Exactly.
No, I think what it should happen is, you see how people are like, Chris, for instance, said, look, I want to fight him. I'll fight him. I don't care if he's on anything or whatever. And other people and Algerians come out, well, was he clean? And Van Heerden. I'd be like, well, if you take a fight with someone that you know is on PEDs or you suspect is on PEDs and you lose, you've got no right to say, they was on PEDs, because you ultimately suspect they was on it beforehand, right? So why are you talking now? Shut up. You got beat. That's it.
People are in an in-between area when it comes to pets because they don't want to, they're afraid of the whole picture. And if you just take a step back, look at the whole picture, right? Think of it this way. They are all on something. And if they're all on something, it's even. It's level. You're thinking, it's just Connor and he got caught, and it's just Pascal and he got caught, and it's just Bit Briggs and he got caught. No, do you see how many people are getting caught? It hasn't registered yet.
It's a laundry list, and I just want to say this: it's like, even if AJ's on the juice, man, it's like, dude, don't worry about the ethics, man. Everybody's on it. Fury's on it, and I'm surprised. Whoever said that if a dead guy pisses hot, don't be surprised if Marcellus Wilder wants some hot tops with AJ.
Yeah, look, Eddie's problem. This is what I believe Eddie's problem is. He's not a big enough slime ball. You play by the rules too much, and they don't.
Yeah.
You know what it is? He talks too much.
Jules is right. Because Eddie was born with wealth, Eddie took his dad's 7 figures and turned it into fucking 8 and 9, bro. Like, he doesn't have to be a slime ball to make it out.
That's his problem, that he's not a big enough. See, Bob is a wise guy, and Frank is a wise guy. Those are wise guys. Those are transatlantic wise guys. They real hip, they real grimy, real gritty, real dirty. Eddie problem is you not a big enough slime ball. You kind of like, you trying to like low key trying to play by the rules. They do some shit, and because people expect it of them, because they're slime balls, nobody says nothing. When Bob Arum signed Jarrell Miller after testing positive, who gave Bob Arum a top rank shit for it? Nobody.
Listen,
Tyson,
not even Bob and Frank are, they're street dudes.
When Tyson
Eddie is corporate. He's corporate. That's all it is.
When Tyson Fury drug ban was over, who was the first one to sign him? Frank Warren. Did anybody mention Andrew? Nope, they didn't mention the shit. They didn't. Nobody cared. But Eddie over, it's different. No, it's not different, B. It's just that they're bigger slime balls than he is, so you expect them to be slime balls, and you don't really expect that of him. So you try to vilify him for being somewhat like them. You like them, so you should like him. You know you wanted to see that fight, you motherfucker.
Julius, but
Eddie has the biggest promotion in the world. He should start flexing his muscles and squeezing them.
Exactly.
Okay, but the problem is this. The reason that we are discussing Eddie Hearn and there is not, he plays by the rules, is the same reason that is also a good promoter, one of the best, if not the best right now. Because, look, the Amanda Serrano Katie Taylor fight, if that was Bob Arum, Amanda Serrano fucking with Bob Arum in the way Amanda did, we don't
That's
get
true.
the fight.
That's true.
If Tyson Fury did the same thing to Bob Arum instead of Eddie Hearn, we will never get that fight.
That's true.
And this is the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua is a possibility still. They're still trying to make the fight, even if they fucked up. How many millions?
Like 100 million, bro.
100 million deal. They fucked up for an arbitration that.
Whoever's eating, hold on, wait. Whoever's eating, who do you think wants to hear that shit?
Well, they saw you eating. That's why.
Yeah. But
Go ahead, Leo.
But dude, the PVC and the PVC and the Untitled Chapter, they knew, and Tyson Fury knew they were trying to fuck Eddie Hearn up, and they did. So for me, the reason that he has been so successful and try to make everything by the book is the reason still that they keep fucking with this guy. I don't shoot him.
Well, I'll say this. Being completely honest, right? He has, even without the Conor Ben fight, and I said this on the last live, it's just the truth. You know, like people on Twitter, I don't even consider those normal people. The reality of it is the strongest schedule in boxing for what remains of this year in terms of fights that I want to see as a consumer is Matchrooms. I want Chocolatito versus Estrada 3. I want Bivol versus Ramirez. Bob, what do you got this fucking with that? What, Devin Haney versus George Kambosos 2? Come on, dog. Come on.
Yeah, man.
BBC, what you got? What y'all got?
I mean,
And we're
Matthew's
gonna
output
forget-
is very
fellas,
up top. It's on top.
We're gonna forget about it in a week because we got Zurdo and motherfucking Bivol coming up. We got 3 fights next weekend. Matchroom's card to end of the year. Who get like?
Yo, listen,
They're doing, like you said, Jules.
We got Alicia Baumgartner
Jules.
versus Michaela motherfucking Mayer, motherfucker.
Like you said, Jules. All they're doing is just slowing Eddie down. They can't stop him. They're just slowing him down.
Motherfuckers can't stop my grind. The Great Cloud couldn't stop my shine. Frank hating on me, I don't mind. Because when you in the light, they ain't hating on you means you ain't doing it right.
And then we got Choco versus Estrada in December, bro. Like, fuck this shit.
Since when you had bars like that, bro?
That was motherfucking Uncle Murder, I think, bro.
You wrote that for him. That's you rapped that too good. You wrote that for him. Listen,
because I felt that shit. Because I fucking felt like, yeah, hate on me, motherfucker. That means I'm doing good. Hate on me.
He wrote that shit. And no homo, he was ass naked as a body double in this episode of Air American Gigolo.
Okay, bro, that's crazy. Y'all niggas need.
We don't need them visuals, bro. We don't need them visuals. I don't want to picture me ass naked. I'm a hairy motherfucker. But the point is that all the hubbub we see in this weekend, right? All that shit gonna be dead by November. All of it. Because by the time Bivol and Ramirez come around, that's all anybody gonna talk about. Motherfuckers forgot about Conroy.
Eddie likes to play the PR game too.
Yeah, because nobody's gonna ask Fury, hey Fury, what advice would you give to Conor after testing dirty for a PED? Because you've experienced that. Nobody's gonna ask him that.
I would though.
I know you would.
Tyson, you experienced a similar situation with UCAD in 2015. What advice would you have for young Conroy?
That's a real question.
But that's how we're presented, like a real question. You've been through this. How would you handle this situation?
And we know Gareth ain't gonna ask it like that. Fucking pussy.
Man, Gareth
He's a fucking clown, bro. I don't like that.
Gareth is a jackass, bro. Like, in all honesty, and the fact that I don't know why they put up with it. Like, I don't know why they put, like, fam, like, you want that man dick, be like.
Gareth's on Fury's dick the way Ellie is like on Tank's dick.
You know what? I want you to no, listen. This is what y'all do. Go to Instagram, go to Andy Ruiz page, then go to the picture of Andy with Tyson Fury, and you'll see what Ellie Seckback says. And I'm like, yo, you just dick sucking this motherfucker ever.
I just know I respond to that. I'm like, James Toney was right. You is a Johnson fucking sniffer.
Yeah, I'm telling, like, yo, you just the dicks, like, your shit is really sucking dick while it can't, like, fam, get out of it. Like, listen, bro. Ain't no motherfucking way you know. Yeah, Andy Ruiz beats Tyson. What? How you sound, bro? How do you sound?
I'm reading this shit right now, bro. What type of corny shit?
And you know the funny shit is, though, every time he walks into Buddy McGirt's gym when James is there, James be busting his balls with that shit all the time. You fucking dick sucker.
No, listen. This is what. But see, this is why I don't really like. I used to respect his work ethic. I admittedly, even though I didn't watch his channel, but I just saw the frequency of uploads, and I said, "Wow, that guy's really working hard." And then over time, I started seeing what's in the video. More recently, now I had a sparring session with Adam Lopez, and even the Garcias was like, "Nah, man, you could see the levels. Like, Lopez did okay. He did okay, but you could see Inui." And this cock sniffing, ball sucking motherfucker. No, because Adam Lopez, bro, they ain't telling you they was there, bro. They telling you Inui is that dude. You just want to keep sucking dick. What's the matter with you? Dick sucking ass motherfucker.
Yo, can I be honest about that video of him and Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, in the tunnel? Crawford should have just duffed him right there.
That would have been more than what we got the last 4 years.
Nah, he should have just duffed him right there.
And someone said it beautiful, that we're getting these dudes. It's not like we're getting them when Sugar Ray fought Duran or Hagler or fucking Hearns. Like, we're getting an old ass dudes. Yeah, Jules, you said we're getting a dude that fucking damn near died running from them dudes in a car chase, and we're getting Bud. Bud is just an older guy now. He might be in shape all the time, but he's just an older guy.
Leonard was 24 when he fought Benitez, 25 when he fought Duran, 26 when he fought Hearns. Oscar was 26 when he fought Felix. 20
Leonard was 25 the first time he fought.
This was and the youngest one out the two is Errol. Errol is 32, bro. So you telling me that Oscar, right, when he was the same age as you, he already fought fucking Chavez, he already fought fucking Trinidad, he already fought fucking August, he already fought fucking Mosley, and you over here, and it gotta be the end of the fucking world because you gotta fight Crawford.
Let me just say this real quick. Anybody that thinks that it's too late for fucking Crawford to knock this motherfucker out is fucking stupid. Because you know why? Errol Spence is on the wrong side of 32. Also, that dude is chinny. His chin resistance is gone.
Yeah. I believe that.
I believe he's draining himself too to make 47.
He has to be, bro. He ain't move up yet. He been look how many years. Like, this is what I mean. When you watch a top rank fighter, right? You'll notice it doesn't take Shakur long to move up, and it didn't take him long to move up again. It didn't take Loma long to move up. It didn't take Crawford long, motherfucker. You've been sitting at welterweight for 1,000,000 fucking years. I hope you want some kind of pads for that to help you.
Julius, una pregunta. Watching Floyd Mayweather, seeing him talk all this shit, him being so invested in this fight. Look, if Floyd Mayweather is what he says, even if he's half of what he says he is, I think he knows that this version of Terrence Crawford is beating Errol Spence.
Oh yeah,
Errol Spence is not winning that fight, and Floyd knows it. Is there any chance that Floyd is trying to delay this fight?
Absolutely.
To Errol Spence to get a tune-up? and
Listen,
put
look,
Crawford in the shelf.
Leo, think of it as a business deal, right? Think of the whole thing as a business deal, right? You say, okay, well, look, Crawford probably beats our guy. So in a situation where Crawford beats our guy, what do we do? Well, we can delay it, or that's if you have money, though. If you have the money to delay it, I don't think they have the money to be honest. I don't think they have the money. Let me finish.
Right.
I don't think they have the money to delay it. Why? Y'all still trying to kind of get it over the line, but this should be an easy deal to make. I'm looking at the whole deal. What's the deal? What did Crawford say? Crawford says if he beats Errol, he wants Jermel after that. Y'all got Jermel, right? You should be able to make that deal. 2 pay-per-views, 2 good pay-per-views. You should be able to do that deal. It's not a hard deal. You should be able to look Terrence in the eye and say, we got you. We got a deal for you. We got you. But because y'all don't have the money, that's what the real problem is. Y'all don't have the money. Y'all don't. And that's the real another issue with this is it shouldn't be about Errol losing. Errol's season is over. Y'all know that. It's over, bro. All right? So it's time to cash him out. But that shouldn't be the end of the world because you have to cash him out because Terrence wants another fight with another one of your fighters. So that's 2 solid box office fights that if you had the money, well, it should be easy to make. But you don't have the money. So here we are.
Yeah. Let me just, can I just, hold on. Can I just present this theory as silly as it sounds, man? Okay, so they say that there's no money in this fight. They don't have the money to pay these fighters. And I keep hearing about, well, Floyd keeps saying that, this fight ain't going to happen without me. This fight going to happen without me. It's like, look, the fate of this fight depends on Floyd. So let me get this straight. Is that what, hold on. Is that what you've been fighting lately? Are you trying to raise money? Are you trying to crowdfund this fight?
I'm trying to tell you, Virtuoso, they're using Floyd's money. Listen to me. Fox is not giving them no production value for none of the shit we've been seeing on Fox, right? The money's not coming from Fox. So I know you're not using Showtime money for that Fox shit. It's the money got to
man, because the mail can't even say in that fucking Showtime.
Yeah, bro, let me tell you this. And if that's
it's falling apart.
If that's the case, go down Floyd because at the end of the day, it's his money. I understand that, we want that fight, bro, but think about it. He worked hard for all that bread. He did work hard for all that bread. For him to now repatriate it back for guys who don't want to do the same shit he did, not as disciplined. Nah, bro, that's my bread. And I need to get something back.
Let me tell you something. This is what's going on. Floyd never had all his money. Al had Floyd's money. When the well started drying up at the networks, this is just me. I'm playing this close to the chest. It's what I believe. When the money at the networks started drying up, Al started dipping into that account where all the money is for the production costs to put on shows. That's what I believe. The reason Floyd is running around scrambling is because he just realized that, or somehow he came into that information that the money that you accrued over the years, the money that you amassed, a good chunk of that shit is gone. That's why he's still out here fighting Dejis and
exactly.
CJ Goodfellow also said that too, bro. He also said that shit too, bro. Because at the end of the day,
connect the dots.
Floyd should have known better, though. Floyd should have known better. I know he's not a businessman, but he should have known better.
Bro, like listen, bro. You're not a businessman, right? You a businessman. Start flipping some real estate. Get some drugs into the country. Buy some, real estate. You a businessman. How come you not fucking with weed, Floyd? Everybody fucking with weed. Everybody got a weed for him, but you. You're not no businessman, bro. You don't
exactly. Even if Floyd was, he could have. Even if he had all that money, here's the thing. Even if he had all that money up front, he could have been like, Mr. Buffett, I'm gonna give you $100 million of mine, and I don't care if you're making only 15%. He didn't even do that.
That dude is not no businessman, bro. All the business guys graduate to better hustles because that's what I have seen and that is what I have learned over the years. All the real business guys graduate to bigger and better hustles that have more residual revenue. You are a dancing bear, bro. You went to Japan to dance for them, after going to Dubai to dance for them. You're a dancing bear, bro. Like, he's legit. Like, it's like a circus act. And you go,
and that's why.
Wait. I know why country laughing too.
Wait. You going to Japan. The other thing is, you going to Japan because they ain't buying that bullshit over here. Who the fuck want to see that bullshit, that trash? No one. No, I don't even believe that Jake Paul, that Logan Paul, whatever did him. I don't believe that. Nah, I don't. Who
They
bought?
don't.
Not me. I didn't buy that shit. Did y'all? I didn't buy that shit.
And that's why he hates on Canelo and Conor McGregor still.
Bro, you won the Conor McGregor fight. Why you calling for it? Conor said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro." That's what Conor
I'm getting
said.
this whiskey money.
I'm getting money. I'm about to be in Roadhouse, the new road. I don't need to do this shit again. Like Conroy got. That's how I know. When I see you won the fight, but you the one calling for the rematch. The fuck are you broke? And who the fuck wants to see the rematch?
Well,
You know how fucked up Conor McGregor is, bro? That dude took a step back and broke his fucking leg.
Yeah. Hey, Jules, but Floyd does also have legal troubles too, though. So I mean, that's part of it.
Definitely, because he has the NFT case.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's all that bullshit. I'm like, look,
the cryptocurrency thing, and where he scammed a lot of his people out of money, and then
and the real estate thing too, bro. The fucking the ticket scamming bullshit that the dude was like, yo, they told me they was gonna give me 5 M's, and then they only gave me 1. No, they only gave him $500,000. Oh shit! I'm like, listen, man, ain't nobody scrambling that much because they well off. I'm sorry. The way he moving is crazy, bro. You more active than PBC fighters, bro. You more active than some top ranked fighters. You are out there.
Mayweather Promotions has become the crowdfunding arm of the PBC.
I believe that, and I said it months ago when we was talking about how he's scrambling so much. I was like, yo, I think Al spent his bread. The rumor is that these guys get paid in increments. That would have to mean that Al has the money somewhere in some account. He has all the money these guys make. And I believe in order to offset the production costs of some of the shows that they've been putting on in tandem with money that he stole because he's a fucking thief, right? In tandem with that, he must have been footing the bill for the production costs of some of these shows with some of that money.
Well, Jules,
you have to say allegedly because it hasn't been proven. Just say allegedly for legal reasons.
Look at Tank and Broner speaking out though, and then taking it back afterwards, real quick. They
have to. They have to. It's in the contract. Non-disparagement clause. Let me read the super chat. It's also hypocritical if you take into account that some drugs aren't even tested for in parts of the country and the world. There's no consistency, and they don't want it to be consistency in this sport.
Sure don't.
Jules, they just want to age him out to save Spence. If they're smart, remember, Spence won't fight Jermell. Crawford will. Spence won't fight Jermell. We're brothers. No, Texas. Booty tag. All that bullshit. You don't want to fight him, but Crawford will. So if you're smart and you feel Crawford beats our guy, so what do? We go into business with that guy because when you can't beat him, what do?
Join him.
Bingo. These guys are dumb. I've been like, yo, y'all dumb. What really happened was Floyd was a generational talent, and Al Heyman was in the right place at the right time to capitalize. But Floyd is not Floyd because of Al. No, he's just a great fighter. You was in the right place at the right time to do business with him, but he's just a great fighter. That's what that was, because you can't duplicate him. If you could have a fighter like Floyd, make another one, why wouldn't you? But you can't.
It's like lost ones. Exactly. Like you talk like Hope said.
Exactly like shit. Come out with another one then. If you the reason he's successful. You're not the reason he's successful. You a thief. You stole out. Listen, this is how incompetent he is. You stole a whole stable of fighters, bro. Which one turned out to be a cash cow? Because you literally stole a whole stable of
fighters. The one
he
didn't steal. Canelo. Motherfucker.
You gotta be some piece of fucking shit that you can steal you stole a whole stable. And none of them, Canelo still a cash cow. Fucking bitch. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, bro. I'm sorry. A lot of his mystique has more to do with Floyd than it does to do with him. And y'all know I say it all the time. Floyd is successful because of Floyd. He's that, yes. I know a lot of people don't like him. I understand that. I'm just saying that man could box, bro. Say what the fuck you want. That man could box.
Yeah,
all right, this reality, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers don't have to like him as a man, but I'm telling you, I watch his old fights and I'm like, yeah, man, this motherfucker was really, really like. Look, would Sugar have beat him in a time machine? Yeah, probably. You know, but that's all make believe. Reality is, yeah, that motherfucker he was really, really good. He's really, really good. Good enough that Al could come in at the right place at the right time and capitalize. But no, you don't know nothing about grooming no fucking fighter because you had a whole stable of young, unbeaten fighters. And look at how they all turned out.
He's a music promoter.
One manager of the week because of Floyd.
Whose dog is that?
The dog agrees with me.
Hey, he said fuck out here.
Fucking dog knows. The fucking dog knows that what I'm saying is true, bro.
Oh shit.
He know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that shit, that's right. Fucking shit.
I talked to Al this morning.
Fucking Bobby Light says, how y'all feel about Ward's? I got a special segment. I was going to leave it alone because I know Tim Bradley, sometimes he be around. I don't want to say nothing bad about Ward, but I got a special video I'm going to do just about that because I'm like, I had enough, bro. Like, really, though.
Me too. I've had enough to do, bro. For a long
I had enough.
Droopy in the face ass nigga, man. I'm tired of him.
Hey, Jules, a parkour assistant dog is thanking Al Heyman.
That's probably, that's probably what he was doing, too. Thank Al Heyman for this daily bread.
That's good, man. I like that.
but really, I'm sick of it because I'm like, bro, but listen, and I don't want to be a hater. I'm not a hater. I liked Ward when he was active, but you being a hater, bro, and I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna remember no motherfucking Kessler, bro. They not. I'm sorry. Like, ask these young motherfuckers who Kessler. What the fuck did Kessler? Because that's one of your best wins, Kessler.
Hey,
the fuck he did?
But is Ward being a hater because he wants to hate, or because he's being?
He being a hater because Canelo is campaigning at a weight where he did most of his legacy fights. That's why he's hating. Because he's at 168. If Canelo was down there with Inouye and shit, I bet you Ward wouldn't be saying on his bullshit.
Right.
If he was down there like fucking 118, 122, some shit like that, he wouldn't say nothing. But this is the weight. This is the weight where Ward built his legacy. And I'm going to save some of it for the video. I'm not going to say it all here and now. But it's just like, bro, you got to be better than this, bro. You really do. You got to make a decision within yourself. And I don't think a lot of people could do that. Am I hating? Reflect, yo. Am I being a hater? Am I on some real shit? Am I being a hater? You need to ask yourself.
If he looked at his career realistically, he would probably understand that. Because post Super 6 tournament, man, there was a fucking downhill in interest in him, man. Because he had the injuries, he had problems with his promoter, and he keeps whining about the Triple G nonsense, man. Listen, it's not that the opportunity was missed. It's just it barely presented itself. He didn't do nothing about that. I just want to finish real quick. The Kovalev shit, that was supposed to save his career. And I'm so sad that it fucking flopped in pay-per-view. Really. Listen,
he had the misfortune of being in an era where Manny and Floyd were everything. Because that's the era that he came up in is the Manny and Floyd era. Well, Manny and Floyd, they were monopolizing all the attention. Like, everything was about them and what they were doing. Even the heavyweights took a back seat to them.
Yeah.
Like,
huge distraction for the rest of the whole sport, practically.
And then it didn't help that Klitschko didn't have, the kind of style that Americans want to see, because Klitschko was doing fine for himself. He made millions and millions of dollars in Europe, but the Americans didn't care about him. So if you're an American fighter, you a homegrown fighter, and you in the Manny Pacquiao Mayweather era, bro, ain't nobody gonna be talking about you like that. And I'm not hating on them. That's literally what it was. Everything was about them and whether or not they was gonna fight. Everything for 5 years, that's what it was. So it's like, do Americans and I said this before, Americans characteristically did not watch the super middleweights. That's only in recent years because that was mostly a European division, mostly Euro guys at them weights. Americans wasn't watching that shit like that.
Except for us hardcores.
Basics that'll watch two goddamn stray cats fight in the alley.
You know,
Hell yeah.
and the thing
You
that
don't-
bothers me also, that thing that sticks out at me, is like just when the light heavyweight division was about to get interesting, he leaves.
Well, look, I'm gonna be real. I didn't give him shit the day that he announced his retirement, but for the amount of shit that he's given Canelo, it's like, bro, you retired at 32. You know what he is at 32? A 4-division, 2-time lineal, Ring Magazine, undisputed champion. You were never that. But
And he still wants to move up in weight and fight Bivol again, which is a stylistic nightmare.
That's what I'm saying. And he's not even done. He's not even done. I gotta save some of it, but I'm like, bro, people really gotta make a decision within themselves. I'm not gonna be a hater. I'm gonna be better than that. I'm gonna give him his flowers while he's here. He's a good young fighter. No, he didn't have it all his way. At 15 years old, he went pro. None of the Olympic amateur pampering. Because for those that don't know, the Olympians get pampered, bro. They get pampered. They do. They get pampered. All right. No pampering for young Canelo. It's street fights because I got red hair and I live in Mexico. It's street fights out here, bro. You got 3 brothers. One of them losing his goddamn hair. All right. It's hard. All right.
One of the brothers got knocked out by Erislandy Lara. It's really hard.
It's hard, bro.
But yo, bro, let's keep it a buck. Canelo Alvarez was willing to fight Olunga Makabu. Do you not understand how retarded that sounds, bro? He got balls like that. Like, bro, Makabu's not the most skillful dude, but I done seen that motherfucker knock niggas the fuck out. And Canelo was gonna do that. Mind you,
Bro was about to
Andre Ward could have fought Tony Bellew at cruiserweight. He never wanted to do that. Andre Ward could have fought outside of Oakland. He never wanted to do that outside of the Super Series.
Fucking cul-de-sac, bro. He was a cul-de-sac fighter, bro.
Yo, he said a cul-de-sac.
God damn, yo, for real. Because who the fuck, who's fighting out of Oakland that's making big money? Who goes there? They go to Vegas.
Oh, shit. No, and then see, this is what I could say this because this is not a part of it. I could say this, right? You know, you mad at Triple G, and I know why you mad at Triple G, because you feel like people liked him when they should have liked you. You know, and I think, shout out to War Week Radio, because he said this, and there's no other way to put it. It's not an exact science. People liking how you fight, how you look, when you fight. It's not an exact science. For example, it's not a fail-safe that a Mexican fighter is automatically going to have huge fans. No, because Zerto doesn't have huge fans. Leo doesn't have huge fans. No. Ray Vargas? No,
and
bro.
they don't complain about it either. And they don't complain about it
either. The shit you got with Gennady is like, I don't care what Abel Sanchez or you said anyone. Bro, do you know how petty you sound saying that shit on repeat? That's all you have to let, that his trainer said he'll fight anyone. All right, bro, but don't you have anything better to do? Right, go do that, bro. What the fuck? Like you said, the shit is corny. What fighter campaigning in the middleweight division? You have Miguel Cotto that has a belt. He's a money guy. You have Canelo Alvarez fighting Cotto. He's a money guy. They're gonna leave that division to fight you to get what? To get what? You like it's a common sense argument, and at its base, you know that nobody's gonna leave a division with a Cotto and a Canelo to fight you. What the fuck did they get out of fighting you? We saw what Kovalev got.
Dude, Canelo was gonna
and a potential loss because they're not really gonna beat dude at 68 because he had shit locked down there.
Canelo was talking about trying to fight Usyk at one point. I mean,
a lot of it's like if you Gennady, right? And y'all know that I'm not. Gennady is another one. I'm like, yo, but my shit with him is different shit. You know, because I feel like a lot of the things that Canelo said was true. Like, for all this clenbuterol shit you keep moaning about, motherfucker, you still kept choosing to fight me. So stop with the bullshit, all right? And all the belts, the big drama shit. Motherfucker, you could have fought Saunders. I can't stress that enough. You could have. You didn't. You fucking shit. Fuck you. And Gennady did get ducked. People don't want to admit, like, yeah, he got ducked. He got ducked by Peter Quillen. He got ducked by Sergio Martinez. He got ducked by Miguel Cotto. That's the truth. He got ducked by Felix Sturm at first. I think eventually he got him. Did he get to fight Felix Sturm?
No.
Who?
Didn't get to fight Felix Sturm, right?
Hell no.
No, it was Daniel Gill. Daniel Gill had the WBA, vacated it, but Gennady ended up fighting him anyway. You know,
I can't blame Peter Quillen for ducking him if they're going to give me $1 million to fight
bro,
Winky
I'm
Wright, and
just.
you guys are
But
going to
a
give me
duck
4
is a duck is a duck. Wasn't nobody getting money like that at that time in that division, bro. You know that. At that time, when PQ had the WBO and Gennady's on his WBA bit whatever bullshit, right? Because most of them defenses are the WBA title. You didn't get the IBF till 2015, bro.
That WBA title was a baby belt too, and a lot of people want to prop that up.
The first 5 of them shits was baby.
No, bro, a lot more.
So
I can look it up right now, and I'll tell you.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is that he was avoided. So if you were a high risk, low reward fighter for a number of years, like he was, nobody's gonna leave middleweight when you got Cotto there and Canelo there for Ward to get paid what, bro? Come on now.
So mind you.
And wait. The other thing is Gennady let the cat out the bag, and it's a he said, she said. It is, but I believe him. He said when we was in that meeting and we was talking about fighting, I said, okay, and you know what you said. You wanted tune-ups. I believe him. I don't think he's lying. I don't.
Gennady doesn't strike me like as a guy who would lie about some shit like that because he's quiet and keeps to himself.
He not a talker. He not a talk. When he said, "Yo, we was in the meet," he said we was in that meeting, and I said, "Yeah, I ain't got no problem fighting him." And you wanted tune-ups. In a nutshell, that's what he said. And I'm like, yeah, I could believe that because look, you fought Paul Smith. Who was
Edwin Rodriguez?
Edwin Rodriguez that looked like me, because I don't look like him because I'm older, so he looked like me. All right, the Dominican cat. What's the other
Brand from Colombia.
Alexander Brand, right? Alexander Brand. I think that was at 172 or was that Paul Smith?
Paul Smith is 172. I think also that's I think that was 172 or like a 175, bro.
Because the Golovkin shit, the stupidest thing about the Golovkin shit is okay. When Ward came back, he didn't come back as a super middleweight, which is why I always say, no, it's not a real duck because you wasn't even that super middleweight when you had the promotional issues for like 2 years. Then you came back as a light heavy. You did come back as a light heavyweight. You didn't come back at 68. So when was y'all gonna fight? That's why I believe Gennady, because he probably wanted one more fight at 68 and then Gennady. Because it's like, well, you didn't make the weight when you came back, bro. You didn't. When you came back as a light heavyweight. So
Gennady's first 10 title defenses were the WBA regular belt. The first 10. Bro, he retained his the WBA super title belt in 2014 against Daniel Gill. So a lot of that shit was capped. And mind you,
I said he ain't break Hopkins' record. I've been like, you didn't break his record with no baby belt. Fuck out of here.
Because he had won the IBO belt KOing Lawan Simon. If you watch that fight, he parked Simon bad, but he won the IBO. But like that shit was bullshit. Bro. That was bullshit, bro. Literally from 2014 to 2018, this guy was WBA super. That's bullshit, bro. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors in Gennady's career, bro.
Listen, I ain't
you on BoxRec?
I ain't no
no, I'm on
stranger.
Wikipedia.
I ain't no stranger to that shit. I've been saying that. Look, that whole thing about him breaking Hopkins' record, bullshit. That's pure bull. When we started qualifying Reggie titles, bro. When Gennady,
but that's what American fighters like. Like for example, I may not like those people down the street. Down the street would be the LDBC, but that was their main crux. That the white establishment here, the boxing writers here, would prop some shit up like that.
And look, all right, let's say this: you have to have your own ability to be a critical thinker. Did they hype him up? Yes. Was he a bad fighter? No. Was he avoided? Absolutely. He was avoided. He did some avoiding of his own. I say the same thing. I say the same thing about Andre. Yeah, you are avoided by some, but you did some avoiding of your own. You did, all right? It's not one way, but what people want are easy answers because they're talking to stupid people. It's like
like
not
for
hard to
instance,
understand. Look, Charlo avoided Andre. Facts. But Andre avoided Lara. Facts.
Okay, so I like you said just now, I had the pleasure of correcting a LA4 boxing fan on Facebook who said that his only legit win for Canelo in his resume was Jacobs, right? And I said, like, listen, man, Canelo fights, does a lot more than his contemporaries right now, who just sit on their hands and just wait for a payday. Now, this thing about it always comes back to Canelo, man. But I'm just gonna say this: the dude does carry the sport.
Look, bro.
And they don't want to understand that.
I gotta explode real quick. All right, listen. Billy Joe Saunders as a win is better than everything in Charlo's resume. I'm not gonna bring up the big names. I'm gonna bring up Billy. Billy is a better win than anything in Charlo's resume, anything in Benavidez's resume, anything in Andre's resume. Matter of fact, y'all was fucking happy when Andre was
bro.
So he could turn into shit when Canelo. Bullshit. You're fucking jealous. The real shit is you're fucking jealous because nobody gives a fuck about what you're talking about.
So sensible.
Two fighters that have not fought this year. How are you a fan of boxing when the boxers you talking about don't box?
Can I say something about Andrade? Look, this is the thing. I see Demetrius Andrade and Devin Haney in a similar way, that they are very skilled, and they tend to make negative fights. I think the output of Andrade is a little bit higher, but still, I think Andrade packs a better punch. But still, it's the kind of fight you don't fight willingly. So Devin Haney shows the way of a boring fighter, what he has to do. Because when Devin Haney got offered the unification for undisputed fight against Cambosos, Devin Haney say, okay, sure. Go to Australia? Sure, why not? Low money? Okay. I have to be the B side? No problem. I'm already there. So that's the way. For me, those kind of fighters, they have to concentrate on the names, not the money, especially in the first stage of his career. They have to concentrate on getting the big name.
That's why I will not tolerate no Devin Haney slander. I don't care if you think he's boring. He made sacrifices, and he put himself in a position after he beat George, come back to America. It's a big old pay-per-view fight you can make, and you'll get my money. You will get it, all right? You'll get my money, all right? But these guys that you think you special, I don't have time. Look, I'm just a customer, bro. And here's what I know about you, motherfucker. You haven't fought this year. I shouldn't have to go through hell and back for you to fight Zach Parker or Yanni Beck. You supposed to be this special fucking fighter, and you got to go through all this over Zach Parker?
Hey, Jules, sorry, is Ancajas fighting tonight?
Fuck him.
Oh.
No,
well, I'm going to watch Extreme Rules anyway, so I'm going to leave you lot in the chat to you lot next time. That's up.
Okay.
And before I close it out, because I'm gonna close it out soon. All I'm saying is I'm a customer. It's not my job to be guidance counselor or any of that to Andre and Charlo. Y'all hyping up dudes that y'all know ain't that good, and it ain't because of boxing. And y'all get mad that everybody don't fall in line with that because it's dumb, bro. You literally talking about two guys that ain't fought this year, bro. That's what you talking about. You hype, you that hype that you log into Twitter every day to talk about these two motherfuckers? No, bitch, please. You ain't hype off of them. You ain't hype, all right? I'm not telling you Canelo is perfect. Far from it. Yeah. Would I pick Canelo to beat Hagler? No.
Let me just say this real quick about, not that you said that. My only gripe with Canelo is about him fighting Mexicans. Okay, so you'll say no to Ramirez, the Zurdo, And you
Bro,
will say no to hold on. Let me do. You won't say no to.
We're not
Hold on,
going to do. No, we're not going to do this because
let
Floyd
me-
wrote a contract.
Let me talk. Let me
Floyd wrote a
talk. Let me say
contract
this.
for himself.
Let me finish my point.
Of a certain denomination.
Let me finish my point though. Okay, so you say no to Munguia. Okay, but Benavides at least beat the fucking Ecuadorian portion of him. Please.
Hey man,
That's a fact.
man. This what I know, bro. This what I know, right? Canelo earned the same position that Sugar earned, that Oscar earned, that Floyd earned, and
Sugar fought niggas,
no,
dude.
no, wait. The
Niggas.
only difference that I see is people don't want to respect it, and I'm gonna say it. They don't want to respect it because it's a Mexican fighter. Period. That's why they don't want to respect it. See, with Oscar, it was different. He had the golden boy, Olympian, debonair shit. The reason they don't want to respect Canelo, and I'm saying it, is because they don't want to bow to a Mexican. That's why they hate him. That's why they hate him.
Man.
Being real. That's what they hate about Canelo. We ain't gonna bow to him. That's automatic. That's what's going on in these motherfucking mind. All I see is, look, that kid earned it, bro. That's all I'm saying. And after he leave, because he ain't gonna be here forever, it'll pass to somebody else. But did that kid earn it? Absolutely. Unbeaten.
Every bit of it.
Unbeaten Trout. Lara, when nobody wanted Lara and nobody needed Lara, he fought him. Whatever's whatever, he fought him. Has Charlo fought him? No. Did the other Charlo fight him? No. Did Andre fight him? No. Fuck out of here, bro. Y'all
Let's keep it a buck too.
Nobody respect.
Let's keep it a buck, bro. Austin Trout. They say Austin Trout was supposed to school Canelo. They also said Canelo was ducking Austin Trout. Canelo doesn't like slick black fighters, and he dropped Austin Trout. Sure, was it a tough fight? Did Austin Trout come back in that fight? Yeah, but he found a way to win, and no one wants to say anything, bro. Let's keep it a buck. James Toney didn't beat Dave Tabiri, but hey, black people like James Toney, but no one would ever say that. James Toney really didn't beat Reggie Johnson, but they ain't gonna say that. They're gonna say, "Oh, James Toney's a great fighter, right?" Yeah, truth is truth. They don't like us because we tell the truth.
James Toney is one of my favorite fighters, all right? Was he on pads? Yes, he was.
Yes,
I don't care. I don't care. I don't fucking care.
That beating he gave John Ruiz, we didn't care. But let's keep it a buck. Huh?
The quiet man.
Yeah, let's keep it a buck, bro. Like, we don't call Roy Jones Jr. out for being on pegs, because you gotta remember Roy Jones Jr. was Superman. He was doing shit in the ring that
I don't care if Roy was on peds, bro. If that's what he was doing, I wish he would have took more peds.
Yeah. But I'm saying this, the hypocrisies. It's just the blatant hypocrisies. Ultimately, if your fan base ain't gonna buy from you, you're gonna have to understand, you're gonna have to cater to that fan base. But if it ain't in you, just be content with what you have. Be grateful for what you got, because let's keep it a buck. Boxing's still a poor man's sport. And all these fighters, great, bad, or whatever, they all come from trauma. So if you're in the top one, let me talk.
Great. Motherfuckers don't want to be great. When you got to fight, when you got a domestic clash, imagine two Brits staying away from each other the way these two fucking goofies stayed away from each other. Nobody got time for y'all bullshit, all right? If you got two Brits, like Denzel Bentley, Felix Cash, they didn't wait. We gonna get it on. Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce, we got to get it on. Before we get up there, we got to get it on. Motherfucking Anthony Joshua, motherfucking Dillian White, we got to get it on. Motherfucking Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, they was both unbeaten.
Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank Sr.
All right, that's how you do that. Now these goofy motherfuckers, no, we supposed to spend 10 years on Andre and Charlotte. No, bro, I don't know. Fuck out of here. This ain't even that deep. Don't fight, motherfucker. I just won't check for you. Don't fight each other. Fuck it. I just won't check for you. That's all. Because I don't got time for that dumb shit. Other motherfuckers is getting it on. I seen a dude on Twitter try to shit on Inoue versus Butler, right? Try to shit on that fight. Listen, bro. At least Butler's willing to get it on. You like motherfuckers that ain't willing to get it on. That's why you said that. You tried to shit on that fight because you seen somebody was shitting on the PBC fight, right? They shitting on Fundora versus Ocampo, saying it was a mismatch. Yeah, Butler may be out of his depth with Inoue, but at least he's a champion that's willing to get it on. You like motherfuckers like Charlo and shit that don't want to fight shit. fan of boxing. My ass, fucker.
If we keep it really a buck, bro, anyone hating on a Nui, you're a cornball. He does everything you ask him to do. All smoke, he fight. And if you don't fight nobody, people was ducking him. Let's keep it a buck. If they're starting to hit on the Nui, you know now that these guys are saying, damn, my guys look crazy out here.
Nui make me proud to be Japanese, bro. I used to keep my Japanese heritage in the dark till he came around.
Hey,
hello,
man.
fellas.
Squint your eyes a little bit. Oh, God. Oh, God.
What?
Oh,
Yo,
God.
fellas,
Hey,
could I share a suspicion? Could I share a suspicion about Andre Ward?
Keep it a duck, man.
Go ahead.
Talk your
Go
shit,
ahead.
Jay. Talk your shit, Jay.
Okay. What up, fellas? How y'all doing? It came in kind of
Go,
late.
Jay.
Tell me if y'all agree with this or not. Like, I'm not going to give Andre Ward any flack. He did a lot in his career, 2-division champion, unified, light heavy, whatever. But
Last gold medalist in America.
Yep. I got a sneaky suspicion. I think he
Vascular Clarissa.
Yeah, exactly. But I think he called it quits and got out because a couple of fighters by the names of Bivol Baturbiev are working their way up the ranks. And call me crazy, but if he had fought one of those guys, he'd have lost his O.
I mean, being real. Look, I'm gonna be real with you, Jay.
He never fought Adonis Stevenson too.
It's not crazy. See, this is what was going on at the time that he retired. Now, at the time that he retired, Badu Jack had the WBA Reggie belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had ordered a fight. It wasn't Jack and Ward. It was Bivol Jack, right? So that's why I don't off top say, yeah, Ward was ducking Bivol. Nah, Bivol wasn't on his ass yet. You feel me? He wasn't on his, and Artur, he had not yet fought in the final eliminator at that time to become his mandatory. If he was his mandatory already, I'd have been like, yeah, you right, bro. You was trying to get up out of here to avoid these guys. And even you have a point because they
were coming. They were coming.
And that's where I failed you there. I'm like, yeah, but even with that, he knew they were coming, and they were coming for him. They weren't coming for Stevenson.
Mm-hmm.
Stevenson
he had all the straps. He had mostly all the straps.
Yeah, so I feel you, bro. I feel like it's like if you looking at that and like, damn, they coming, man. You got a Vosdick, you got a better beef. You got a
because like you know like because there was a special that Bivol had on HBO.
I remember with Andre.
When Andre was talking to him, it's like I think he saw what a threat Bivol was and how he was coming. I mean, maybe he got a suspicion then that like I might need to steer clear of this guy when he gets up there because I don't know if I could. I might not be able to get him.
It's not the craziest thing I ever heard, bro. When you think about how it played out, that they were coming though, you know, like they were climbing up them ranks, and they weren't coming for Stevenson. They were coming for you.
Yes, they were.
They were.
And remember, Vosdick there. Alexander Vosdick was there too.
Mm-hmm.
But he was on the WBC route, which is it's like I get what Jay is saying, and it's like, you know what, you can definitely make that arc that like, fam, you got the fuck out of Dodge before shit got crazy, because shit was about to get crazy. It was gonna get crazy.
It was.
And you called out Anthony Joshua, and you could have fought Tony Bellew at 200 pounds, who was a WBC cruiserweight champion. If you want to go up all that,
yeah.
B. Let's keep it above. As much as I rock with Andre Ward as a fighter, because
I still rock with him because I like his inside, but I like his inside work. You know, I'm like, and I'm not against the dirty shit neither. Like, I ain't on this little bitch shit.
I like his skill set altogether, bro.
Those were belt line shots, motherfuckers. In any event, I'm just saying that he got to get off, because when you look at Canelo the way you looking at him, people gonna turn around and they gonna look at you the way you looking at him, and you know what they gonna say? Even if we do what you doing to him, he still did more than you. And he's the same age now that you retired.
Yep. Facts.
But Andre Ward's a Pisces, so he's emotional. He just tries to hide it.
Just try to hide that shit, man, because he got a good barber, he get the good haircut, boy. You got to stop that shit, bro.
You can't talk this son of God shit and you being jealous.
And you being a hater.
Isn't that
could I ask y'all something like that? I was curious about. Y'all remember the Super Six, right? How was Andre Ward able to have every fight in Oakland damn near?
Because he was I'll say this.
Was he like the favorite to win? Is that why?
It's more like, look at who was in that shit. Feel me? That had, like, who had marquee value to have it all their way is the question you have to ask.
Okay. I mean, but he was still like kind of coming up on the scene then, right? I mean, but then again, he had
Jay Prince as a manager, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he
Let
did
me
have a
read
lot
the
of
super
fans.
chat. Let me read the super chat. Ward didn't help himself fighting outside of Oakland only a couple of times his whole career. Edwin Castillo says Ward is a world-class hater. Shows up to every one of Canelo's opponents' camps and on some real shit. He was in Caleb Plant camp.
Joe, could I ask why the hell? What sense did that? I didn't get that at all.
No, but beat the shit. You help Caleb Plant so that when he fails, Canelo doesn't have any prime fighters in his resume. Wasn't you just over there with Caleb helping him?
I mean, like I laughed because I said, dude, he could have like Customato or so and so. It's not gonna help. He's still gonna get knocked out. And what happened?
I mean,
like,
dude was talking crazy, man, turning down playing his power. I mean, dude, you was the one that looked like you went down from a hammer shot. Like a real hammer shot to the head.
He got stopped by a dude who was a fucking welterweight, bro.
He don't hit like when Victor Ortiz said that about Floyd. I'm like, fam, you sound like a fucking idiot, bro. Don't tell me he don't hit hard and he sat you on your back pocket by hit. Like, I don't care if you wasn't looking, bro. Looked like it was something on that punch. I don't care if you wasn't looking, bro.
Looked like something, and it hurt, don't it?
Right?
Yeah. It hurt, don't it?
You can't get out. If he don't hit hard, get up there, motherfucker. Because he don't.
He needed a life. He needed a fucking life alert.
Like DMX, I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Yo, I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up.
Shut up. All right, George says, did you hear what Fury said? Peds should be allowed, or did you? Oh, nah, I didn't even. I got to read that. I might have to do a segment on that.
Yeah, of course he does. Of course he does.
Of course he going to say that. Yep. Russ says, for some of those defenses for Triple G, there was not a super champion for the WBA, so he was the champ at the time. Yeah, I agree. It's 5, Chris. It's 5. That's Reggie. And then there was no super title after that, and he was the only WBA champion in the division. The first 5, however, are Reggie title defenses.
How come they didn't upgrade him to the full champ?
You gotta go. You gotta go to the WBA joint, right? And you'll see in the ranks at that time that he was the only one that had the WBA. In the beginning, it was 2 WBA champions. I believe it was Felix Sturm and Gennady Golovkin or whatever.
I think Sturm was still champion around that time.
No, Sturm had the real one. I think it's between Sturm, Gennady, and Gil. But I remember because I counted that. I was like, okay, so the first 5. Those ain't real defenses. That's a Reggie belt. And then after that, there was no super champion. There was no WBA super champion, and it was just Gennady. And I'm like, okay, well, those count because you're the only WBA champion at the weight. It ain't nobody else. So
speaking of which, like, let me ask you this: like, Triple G, like, the only champion that he beat and took a belt from was David Lemieux, right?
Well, now it's David Lemieux and Ryota Murata.
Oh yeah, right. Okay,
But how that sound? But Jay, how that sound?
I know. I know. I already know, bro.
That's it. They're like, how did I say? Like, oh, so you beat Ryota Murata?
Wow. That's a lot to
You're right. But yo, you gotta remember, 2012. That's when Sturm lost his title, the super title, to Daniel Gill.
But remember how it happened then. When it was Gil's turn to fight Gennady, initially he didn't do it. You remember? He didn't do it.
Yeah,
and Gennady caught him, and eventually Gennady did have to fight with him. Eventually, but in the beginning when Gil had I think Gil vacated the WBA title, unless I'm mistaken.
Polo said the WBA protected Sturm because he was a star in Germany.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. He made a lot of money for them.
Gennady would have beat his ass, no doubt.
Yeah, he would have beat.
He would destroy. He destroyed Sturm. But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this right quick. Y'all see my my name that I put under my pick right there?
Ben Gay.
Do you think that they should hire Conor Ben for endorsements and kind of put his name on the box? Just
Listen, bro. I don't know if you saw this, but apparently Bruce Wayne is very upset.
That looks like Eddie's little brother, man.
Clones are real.
That's Eddie Hearn's frustrated little brother because he didn't get the good end of the
Man, Exum was a bitch.
Jules, did you do this? Jules, you are sick.
Yo, you look like somebody beat the shit out Christian Bale, bro.
nigga, that's Freddie Byrne. What the fuck?
Oh shit! Freddie Byrne is crazy.
I'm about to pee. Oh my god.
Yo, son, I was scrolling down the shit and I'm like, yo, Christian Bale watches boxing. And I looked at the shit.
I should get to watch his boxing.
Yo, I really thought that was Christian Bale, bro. I really thought, like, yo,
Who the fuck is that? Did somebody Photoshop this? Who is this guy?
Yes, let me look up his name.
Freddie Byrne.
Johnny Blaze says it looks like Eddie Hearn and Canelo had a baby.
Eddie Alvarez.
Canelo Hearn.
Yo, bro. God damn.
Saul Hearn. That shit is hilarious.
Yo,
Saul Hearn.
Dude's real name is Joe McNally, but I really thought that was Christian Bale, bro.
Is he wearing a hairpiece?
Like, bro, I don't look, I was scrolling down the subscription shit and I seen the IFL shit and I really thought IFL spoke to Christian Bale.
Dude, he really looks a lot like Eddie, man.
Oh, God damn, yo.
Oh my god.
Eddie Hearn on Wish, bro.
I'm crying, man. I'm crying.
Yo, that shit.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Felix Sturman's been more active than Jamal Charlo. You know, his last fight. He fought the 26th of March, 2022, and this motherfucker Charlo ain't fighting. And Charlo,
he's still fighting. He's still fighting.
You know, it's funny. And Charlo's calling the cops on his wife. Ain't that a bitch?
His wife got a federal ass too.
She do.
I think Jamel Charlo wife though look a little better, but Chantel look good though.
They could both look good at the same time.
Two things can be true.
Who has Montiel upsetting Adames tonight? I don't.
I mean, like on some real shit. I mean, it could happen if Adames gas out. It could happen because he don't take a good punch, man. I ain't forget that Teixeira fight. He don't take a good punch. It's like, yeah, he a better boxer to the eye than Montiel, but if Montiel hit him right, he could get him out of there. He could.
I saw the Charlo Montiel fight again. It's like to say this dude was resilient as hell is an understatement. It's like Jamel just couldn't get him out of there. It's like okay,
and that's what I'm saying. That if Adames try to get wild with him, he might catch one. I mean,
I got Adames winning on points. I mean, I pick him to beat him on points. But
I also look at it that Montiel Charlo fight. Charlo again. When I say this, when dudes have to make weight twice, bro, shit. Like, yo, bro, that's when you need to get out the way. Like, for example, if it was any time Marcus Brown were to beat Turbiev, it was the time that they fought because he had to make weight twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
So, yeah. That just shows you how special Turbiev, a.k.a. the Chechen.
Marcus, he never took the best punch to begin with anyway, either. So
and that's the other thing that he was just never going to win that fight. But we can give him this. He did last longer than Joe Smith.
He did.
I know it sounds weird because he is skinny, but Joe only lasted 2 rounds, bro.
Oh my God, yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you
Marcus is more skilled than Joe. Trust me. I've watched Marcus try.
Listen. This is the shit that's weird. Everybody knows Joe does have a better chin than Marcus Brown.
Oh hell yeah.
But the way it happened, motherfucking Joe only lasted 2 rounds. Marcus was in there for how long did the fight take?
But Marcus was moving, and Marcus was hitting him with some shit. I'm thinking if Marcus would have went for the gusto, I think he could have got him out of there, bro.
I think if he went for the gusto, the fight would have finished sooner.
Yep, I mean, because Marcus started off well. Like he won the first 2 rounds of my court, but then
remember how they started off. Marcus started off moving lateral, boxing off the back foot. Joe went straight at Artur. He went straight at him.
Exactly, and that's where we fucked up.
Lost after that first right hand landed and fucked him up.
You don't go after a puncher like that, bro.
Artur walked him on.
You don't go after a puncher like that.
But I ain't going. Do you know why I don't knock him though? If you Joe, right? This the shit. if you Joe, I don't knock him. Like, there's no harsh criticism. It's like Marcus did what was right for Marcus to do. Do what you good at. This is what you good at. You a good boxer. You got good length, decent speed, box from the outside. Do what you do. You know, it ain't gonna work, but do what you do, because you can't become something else. And that applies to Joe. Joe wasn't never gonna turn into a goddamn boxer for that fight. So just go for it, bro. Fuck it,
Joe
go
was
for
like
it.
the Marines. He just went straight in, and that was it.
And if I land, I land. If I get hurt, I get hurt. Shit, you know what I mean?
Because what the fuck was he gonna do? Try to box off the back foot, work the jab? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was he gonna do?
I mean, what Arthur did was beautifully, because like I noticed in the middle of the first round, he caught Joe that with a right hand that got his attention. Then like he beautifully walked him onto that counter right, dropped him, and that was it. Yeah,
that's he saw the way that Joe shooting it, because remember, Joe was stepping into his jab. He was shooting like a real long jab, and it was type lazy because it was low. So he kept doing that. He caught Mom over the top, and he hurt him with that shit. I'm like, yo, this dude is more than a pressure fighter, because he really had the box. Like, hey, you gonna come forward? I'll move backwards then, since you coming forward. I was like, woo.
I mean, it's good that he's got the versatility in his arsenal, because like he's like a heavy-handed pressure, but he could actually low-key box.
He can do both. He can do both.
And Joe just looked like someone took his lunch money and he didn't know what to do or who to tell.
Bro.
You also got to understand this. This guy almost beat Alexander Usyk in the amateurs in the Olympics. Let's keep it a buck.
Dropped him with a body shot.
Bad dude, man. He's a bad, on some real shit. Like, he's a bad dude, but look, top rank doing what they doing, bro. And I don't even know if we're gonna get that beef. I hope we do, but I don't know.
All we can hope for is they win the next mandatories, which I believe they will. Then if they do, hopefully it happens after that.
Hey, Jules, did you hear about Usyk saying he might go back down to cruiserweight?
Yes, I did. I'm going to do a segment on. Listen, ain't nobody down there that beat him.
Nah, not right now. Of course not.
No, who gonna beat him? Who? Fucking Arsene Goulamar,
baby.
That hasn't.
Opataya, baby.
Opataya won't beat him.
I know. I was lying, bro.
And the only one that stands a chance, and it's gonna sound crazy, is Lawrence Okolie.
Yeah.
Because he'll make the fight ugly. He'll make it negative with the clinching and the wrestling. And if he get through with some shit, he might hit him with some shit. But even you know the bookies that have Usyk the favorite over Okolie. You know they would.
Oh yeah,
you know they would.
I mean, but see, with Opataya, even though he beat Breeders, look what he had to go through to do it.
Yeah.
Like he broke his jaw 2 places, and it's like he started off with. It's like, man, it's like he won the fight, but he had to go through hell to.
And that was an old Breeders.
Thank you. And Usyk beat a prime Breeders.
On that note, gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a night. See y'all on the next one. Hopefully, YouTube fixes.
Have a great night.
Hopefully, YouTube fixes this glitch for us content creators so we can get the goddamn ad revenue. Thank you all for the super chats. Much appreciated. Much needed.
Don't forget to thank Al Heyman.
Thank Al Heyman for this daily bread. And I will leave y'all with Christian Bale.
And remember, guys, R. Kelly's a Capricorn. Peace.
Shut up.
Good night, fellas.
Good night,
Jules. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Al Heyman.